Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ys Origin, and I have a bit of news for you. This video will harken back to my old days of a series I like to call Zaralin Fails, which actually I recently reborn. I recently brought back, but for games other than my League of Legends gameplay. As you can see right now, I am speeding this all up. Because, if this was not sped up, I would have about 40 minutes of me fighting this boss over and over again. Now, I knew the strategy of this boss fight, which I will have Blue Lotus tell you about in just a second. Well, I knew how to beat the boss. What I did not know is the best way how to do it with Hugo. Because when I originally played with Hugo, I played it on easy mode. And so things didn't hit as hard. And I hit a lot harder, as your character hits a lot harder. And also, I also did not learn, until making this video, that you could prematurely detonate Hugo's trap mines by pressing the button again. So, this is a very sped up boss fight, and I'm going to put a counter in the corner, right about now, right up in the top corner, and we're going to watch how many times I fail this boss fight, and I'm going to count it. But first, I'm going to have Blue Lotus explain the boss fight. That's fail number 1, by the way. Blue Lotus, take it away.
The only way to do damage to this boss is to destroy the armor on its body segments. Once all armor segments are destroyed, the boss's weak point on his head will be exposed, allowing you to kill him. Although, destroying an armor segment will allow that segment to create poison bombs that it will drop all along the floor of the battle arena. This boss will start the fight crawling along the wall just high enough that your jump attacks cannot reach it. Using the charged up version of Trap Mine and detonating it right next to an armored segment is the best way to deal damage to it. While on the wall, the non-destroyed armor segments will create balls of lightning that will strike the ground a few seconds after being formed. After a short time on the wall, the boss will crawl down onto the ground and begin chasing you. If you are in direct sight of the boss's face, it will shoot a beam of electricity out of its mouth. A good way to damage the segments directly behind the head is to drop charged mines behind you while running away from the head. As long as you don't move in a straight path, the beam from the boss should not be able to hit you. After about half the armor segments are destroyed, the boss will occasionally curl up into a wheel and roll around the room, leaving a flame trail, and will home into your position. You always want to move from the edge of the arena. Then once it passes, you move to the center, then back out to the edge once it passes you again, and continue this pattern until the boss stops rolling. Every now and again the boss will slow its roll down, and at least one armored segment should end up in range of a charged mine's damage. The more segments you expose, the more poison bombs will spawn. You can attack them and they will be sent flying, but only in the direction you hit them, so always hit them out off the stage, not towards the pillar in the middle. As stated before, this boss will expose his weak point on his head once you destroy all the armor segments, and he will climb up onto the wall as he did in the first phase of the fight. Simply use charged up mines and dodge the bombs in his mouth beam and he should fall.
Thank you for that, Blue Lotus. As you can see, we died 4 times now. And we're not even halfway done. We're a third of the way done. I will end up cutting out a third of the deaths, essentially. So, yeah. I honestly do not like this boss fight. And the reason I don't like this boss fight, really, especially on this difficulty, which I know is normal difficulty, but for some reason I'm having a really hard time playing through it right now. with having to restart bosses that I know how to do. It's just I'm just bad at video games. That's all I can say about it. So by this point in this recording, I've used super bombs, and I've learned to use super bombs instead of normal bombs. Whereas in my first playthrough, which was on either easy or very easy, I can't remember. Mostly because I just wanted to go through the story, but yeah. When I originally did this, normal bombs just did him in just fine. And there's death number 5. But, this is not the best, I did not do good on this at all. Like I said, I spent around 40 minutes, and I just basically rage quit after I finished the boss. I'm just like, I'm not doing any more. I'm sorry, but I just kind of rage quit a little bit after I beat him, which, you know, I beat him, so it wasn't really rage, it was just like, I don't want to play this anymore right now kind of thing. And as you can see here, I have also discovered that while in burst mode, you do use all 4 of your bombs for your charged mine. It does seem a little bit more powerful. Not 100% on that, but yeah. Died again. I believe, I don't know what I was gonna say. Oh, one big thing that I really didn't like about this boss is that, at least on this difficulty and most likely on higher ones too, if you mess up, you're gonna lose about half your health. Simply because of the way the abilities work. Say you get hit by one of those lightning strikes, you're probably going to get hit at least twice. The poison bombs, if you get hit by it, you get poisoned and you lose more health. If you get hit by the spinning attack that's on screen right now, you're also most likely going to get hit by the fire trail that's behind it. When he's chasing you, if you get too close, if he gets too close, and if you touch his head at all, you get damaged. So, say you mess up a little bit, and he gets close to you, and the head touches you, you do damage. It knocks you down. You have to get back up, and while getting back up, the head is still pushing you because it's literally chasing you the entire time. And you're gonna take damage again, and like, you're lucky if you get out of there without taking 3 hits just because the head was a little bit too close to you. And same goes for that laser. If the laser hits you, there's a good chance that the laser will not, like, the laser will knock you down as well. And there's a good chance that that knockdown will cause you to be hit by the head. And so it's all this just kind of BS kind of, you get hit once and you get hit multiple other times because of the way the mechanics work. I just don't like the way this boss works at all. The next boss and the other bosses I like quite a lot, and they're a lot more fun, I feel. This boss really isn't fun, it just feels tedious. You have to break every single piece of his armor. And that's even on very easy mode. You have to beat every single piece of his armor. With Yunka and the third character, I most likely will just do it on easy mode. Not very easy, because very easy is too easy. But I'll do their playthroughs on like very easy mode, just so I can get through them easier and we won't have problems like this. And I'll have less of a chance of getting burnt out. And this is like the one boss that, no matter who I play as, I had a problem with. I mean, yeah, and so I cut out a couple more, and the ones that I cut out is where I learned, basically, that you could detonate the, I figured out for myself that you could detonate the bomb early. So, yeah. Oh my goodness, this was... As you can see, I'm reaching my self-imposed, like, 10-minute, 15-minute time limit just by speed. This is at 250% speed. That's how much I speed this up. This isn't just double, it's a little bit more than double. And all this episode has been boss fights, simply because I wanted to show you how long I spent on this. And it was kind of frustrating. But this here is my successful attempt. And, almost wasn't successful. And no matter what happens, like I said, if you touch the head at all, if the head touches you at all, you take damage. And it's just redonkulous. And the poison bombs are really annoying. And I just want to... I just not want this boss to be in the game anymore. It was just a completely frustrating experience, but it's over now. And back to normal speed. Watch that SOB just disintegrate. And then this part really confused me. Well, not this part. Gate opens. And then we just cut to this right here. And I'm like, oh crap, did the game freeze on me? And then I realized, oh, it's just because of where I was standing in the arena. The camera was just focusing on the door. And so, it's right there. So I beat the boss! Yoo-hoo! Oh my goodness, on to the Guilty Fire. I'll see you next time.